Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Rams.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
I love how he exploded on the national scene his redshirt freshman year when at the beginning of the season he was not named the starting quarterback, but when USC was struggling, he got an opportunity, and by the end of the year, the Rose Bowl MVP, an epic shootout with Penn State, and put him on the NFL radar in a big way.
On first down, it's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up second and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
First down, New York.
Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They run. It's Gore. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And now the Rams are going to hold things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 29, Darnold able to connect with Mims. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short.
And inches.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
The tackle made at the 12.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. Darnold from the gun. And Darnold, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A.
Matt Gay on
backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Darnold, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Aaron Donald.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Webster now to return. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Rams 7, Jets nothing.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Here's Akers. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The jet ball carrier.
The tackle there by John Johnson.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Holding offense.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Buying time to his left. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The Rams take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Yeah, we'll see what his offense can do. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Goff and Tyler Higbee. Hooking up, and the Rams add on to their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
20. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams.
Touchdown.
Tyler Higbee with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Jets.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Second down and 10, Darnold. He's got this one completed to Mims. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Darnold on first down. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, Rams.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Darnold now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Jets, nothing.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return. The Rams take over 1st and 10.
Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, it's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jets have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, New York.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And it's third down.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He was taken down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad Perriman there to make the grab. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Goff.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up
again, Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Darnold. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
Aaron Donald. Jared Goff sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold out right here to Herndon. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards, a first down.
Jets.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Troy Hill picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
After the interception, here's Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So 3 plays already, 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Gay is on for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
19 yards that time for number 19. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Darnold completes it. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good...
And Darnold, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Does the big boy have the juice? And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Throwing now, Goff. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Today,
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.